I am also good to go. Hey everybody, I am jpnance. We're going to be playing a game that anybody my age, I'm 32, so anybody my age is going to remember this game fondly. It's called NBA Jam. I'm going to explain a little more about the speedrun as we go along, but the first thing you want to do, go as fast as possible, go into the options. You can adjust the timer speed, so usually on normal, we're going to take it to very fast, of course. We're going to adjust the drone difficulty down to very easy. And I'll explain what tag mode is when we get into it, but we're going to turn that on. So I've kind of invented this category along with Raiden the Quick. The only goal here is to win a game. 3, 2, 1, go! The first thing you do is you menu down to not enter your initials for record keeping, because that would take a little bit of time that we don't have to spare. And then the next thing you do is you select the Phoenix Suns, who your cursor is always on top of. It would take a little more time to switch over to the Charlotte Hornets or the Spurs or whatever good teams are in this game. But we'll just take the Suns. That gives us Charles Barkley and current mayor of Sacramento, Kevin Johnson, who I'll be controlling for most of this speedrun. You may be wondering, well, how do you speedrun a sports game? It's a good question. And I guess the way that you do it is you try to go through a game as quickly as possible. So you want the clock to just be continuously running. In NBA Jam, the clock stops whenever you make a shot, so we don't want to make too many of those. I think it's worth adding the constraint that you should be winning the game, so you can't just like run around exclusively and never hit a shot. But kind of what you're looking at is the basic idea here. We're gonna just sort of run the shot clock out until, in this case, Vlade Divac of the early 90s Lakers closes us out. He doesn't actually start closing us out until there's about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. You literally just stand there and he doesn't do anything. But once we get down to 5 seconds on the shot clock, we're going to just run backwards, take the longest possible shot we can. This should actually be a shot clock violation in real basketball, not to mention a backcourt violation. But NBA Jam has its own universe of rules, and, none of those things seem to apply. So, we're through the first quarter. We're down 2-0, so I'm going to have to make a shot eventually. But I was going to have to make a shot anyway to win. So let's see what we can do. That's kind of the idea here. It's kind of important that I'm mostly controlling Kevin Johnson. If you just select the Suns from the menu and you don't turn on tag mode, most of the time you'll be controlling Charles Barkley. The kind of difference is that Charles Barkley is a much better rebounder than Kevin Johnson is. So I want Charles Barkley down low so he can try to rebound these shots that I'm pretty much intentionally missing as often as possible. The original kind of strats for this game that I invented at AGDQ with Raiden the Quick had me actually controlling Charles Barkley in this role. And Kevin Johnson wasn't a very good rebounder. However, Charles Barkley was a better three-point shooter than Kevin Johnson. So Charles Barkley would actually make this ridiculous corner shot, like from right here, every now and then. And so you could almost rely on that. You would literally get that shot once a game or so. And so ideally you would win 3-0. But unfortunately, the disadvantage that Kevin Johnson has at rebounding is just, it's way too much to overcome. Charles Barkley the Lakers are not going to touch the ball in this quarter here. So that's actually a perfect quarter right there. There was no score at all, and I don't believe the Lakers even touched the ball. Except maybe, I guess, for the very initial possession, I had to steal it from them. So coming out of halftime, there's some menuing. The menus in this game are so weird. I'm mashing buttons, but the intervals which they disappear, it's not I don't know, it's like the input's not eligible to be accepted at random intervals. I don't know, it's very weird. But I just mash, and sometimes it takes longer. It's very confusing to me. But, I haven't exactly put, task level effort into this. So, with that shot, I'm actually having to be a little bit concerned here. I need to start making some shots. Ideally, I would just wait to kind of make a buzzer beater at the end of the game or whatever. And score as little as possible, but because they have 4 points now, I obviously am going to have to make 2 baskets. So I'll use Charles Barkley as I did just a second ago to shoot a corner three. He's actually really good at corner threes. And worry about those last 2 points some other time. Not too concerned about it. Gotta be careful not to pick up your dribble in this game, because then you can't move and you can it's pretty easy to get the ball stolen away from you. Yeah, man, Charles Barkley is cleaning up these rebounds for me. This is pretty good. This Lakers team was pretty good. Vlade Divac, obviously had a long career, and James Worthy is a good name too. I don't remember if Magic Johnson was still playing in '94. I think he is. I think he was. But, like, this game is also kind of strange. It famously doesn't have Michael Jordan on the Bulls. Instead, you get Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. But, rules. It's kind of funny. My girlfriend I showed her this speed run earlier today. And she's like, this game is weird in that the speed run feels slower than when you play it normally, and she's kind of right. You are just sort of standing around. So I'm gonna go ahead and miss this shot. Let's see, Barkley brings it down. I'm gonna try to get a three just for a little insurance. I don't want to go on SNES Superstars and not win the game that I'm supposed to win. All right, let's see what Sir Charles can do. Man, this has not been a good day. In my practice, Barkley has not been very good at these three-pointers. He's kind of cold today.
Terrible shot.
All right, we're gonna go just easy then. Just a nice little layup. If you have to make a shot, you definitely prefer to make it with Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley is a much better defender, and so you can more reliably get the ball back quickly after you give it back up to the Lakers. So like this. Charles Barkley's a little more effective at pushing. Wow, I'm giving up a lot of points today, I'll be honest. But we can at least get some boom shakalaka in here. It's kind of a shame that the speed run of this game takes away so much of, like, the classic stuff that we remember, like he's on fire and slams it in and all that. But, gotta go fast. So here we go. This is the last possession. I'm up. I just gotta run the clock out. And 6:46 is an NBA Jam speedrun. That is definitely what that was. Is TMR up next? Because he's going to play the Lion King, which actually requires some skill to play, I think. There's no NBA Jam community, so don't worry about that. But if you're interested, I guess